Many people look around and see signs of prosperity everywhere. New cars, bustling shopping centers, and the latest technology in every hand. Yet, beneath this surface, countless individuals find themselves struggling to make ends meet. Why does financial hardship persist, even in societies that seem so wealthy? The answer may not lie in personal choices alone. Instead, it could be rooted in a system that quietly works to keep people trapped in cycles of debt and scarcity. As we explore further, we'll uncover how this hidden money trap operates and why escaping it is more challenging than it appears. Before the complexities of modern finance took hold, daily life revolved around straightforward transactions. Cash was the primary means of exchange, and most purchases were made face-to-face. Financial products were few, often limited to basic savings accounts and simple loans from local banks. People tended to save for what they needed, relying less on credit and more on personal discipline. This era was marked by a sense of financial clarity and predictability. As we look back, these simpler times provide a stark contrast to the intricate systems that would soon reshape how we manage money. Understanding this foundation helps illuminate the profound changes that followed. The roots of the debt trap can be traced back to the invention of credit cards. When credit cards first appeared, they revolutionized the way people accessed money, making it easier than ever to spend beyond their immediate means. This newfound convenience led to a shift in consumer behavior, as individuals began to rely on borrowed funds for everyday purchases. Over time, the normalization of carrying a balance became widespread, and debt was no longer seen as a last resort, but rather as a routine part of financial life. The ease of obtaining credit contributed to a culture where spending on credit was encouraged, fundamentally changing attitudes toward money management. As a result, the boundaries between wants and needs blurred, and the concept of living within one's means gradually faded. This transformation laid the groundwork for the modern financial landscape, where debt is both common and, for many, unavoidable. The economic landscape underwent a significant transformation with the abandonment of the gold standard. This policy shift allowed governments to expand the money supply, making borrowing more accessible than ever before. At the same time, the rise of easy mortgages encouraged individuals to take on substantial debt, fueling consumer spending and home ownership. As borrowing became increasingly normalized, debt grew to occupy a central role in the economy. These changes strengthened the financial trap, as both individuals and institutions became more reliant on credit to sustain growth. Over time, the economy's dependence on debt deepened, shaping financial behavior and policy for generations to come. Technology has played a pivotal role in perfecting the modern financial trap. With the rise of digital payments, spending has become almost effortless, allowing money to leave our accounts with just a tap or click. Targeted advertising uses personal data to present products and services tailored to individual preferences, increasing the temptation to buy. Algorithms further drive consumption by recommending items based on browsing and purchasing history, subtly encouraging more frequent and impulsive purchases. Together, these innovations streamline the process of spending, making it easier than ever for money to flow away from individuals, often without them fully realizing it. Everyday life for millions is shaped by financial pressures that are often misunderstood. Contrary to popular belief, it is not simply personal irresponsibility that keeps people struggling. Instead, systemic forces such as stagnant wages, rising living costs, and limited access to affordable credit create barriers that are difficult to overcome. These challenges persist even for those who work hard and make careful decisions. The result is a cycle where individuals find themselves constantly strained, despite their best efforts to improve their situation. This reality highlights the importance of looking beyond individual choices to understand the broader structures at play. Many attempts have been made to address the shortcomings of the financial system, including government interventions and widespread financial education initiatives. However, these solutions often fall short because they focus on treating symptoms rather than the underlying issues. Government policies may provide temporary relief, but they rarely challenge the fundamental structure of the system itself. Similarly, financial education can help individuals make better choices, yet it does not change the systemic barriers that limit access and opportunity for many. The root causes are embedded in the design of the financial system, which tends to favor established institutions and perpetuate inequality. Without addressing these foundational problems, quick fixes and surface-level reforms are unlikely to produce lasting change. As a result, the cycle of failed solutions continues, leaving many people vulnerable and underserved. Recent data reveals that the financial trap continues to affect millions today. Across many countries, household debt has reached record highs, with individuals relying on credit to cover basic expenses. Meanwhile, wages have remained largely stagnant, failing to keep pace with rising costs of living. This has contributed to a widening gap between the wealthy and the rest of the population, as those with assets accumulate more wealth while others struggle to make ends meet. The persistence of these trends underscores how deeply embedded financial challenges remain in modern society. These parallels highlight that the trap is not just a historical phenomenon, but an ongoing reality for many. To break free from financial stagnation, consider these 3 practical strategies. First, focus on owning assets, such as property, stocks, or intellectual property, which can generate income and appreciate over time. Next, identify and control invisible money leaks. These are small recurring expenses that quietly drain your resources, like unused subscriptions or impulse purchases. Finally, invest in building high-value skills that are in demand, as these can open doors to better opportunities and higher earnings. By implementing these steps, you set a foundation for long-term financial growth and resilience. As we reach the end of our exploration, it's important to recognize that the financial trap is growing stronger each day. Without awareness and action, individuals risk becoming even more entangled in its complexities. Understanding how the system operates is the first step toward regaining control. By educating yourself and making informed decisions, you can navigate these challenges more effectively. Remember, the power to change your financial future lies in your hands. Stay vigilant, seek knowledge, and don't let the system dictate your path.